I'm gonna tell you how to lose that stubborn belly fat, but first, let's talk about what doesn't work. Now, the first thing that doesn't work is dieting. The reason why dieting doesn't work is because you're looking at something short term. And when it comes to losing that stubborn belly fat, it's going to take time. So it's not about dieting. The next thing that doesn't work is cutting out carbs. Because in order to get that stubborn belly fat to go away, you're gonna have to do some exercises and you're gonna need to fuel your workout. And carbs are gonna be different for different people. Now, this is what most people do. Don't be this person. Running on the treadmill for miles. There's gonna be so much more you're gonna need to do to lose that body fat. And if you're just running on the treadmill and that's all you're doing, it's not going to work. And this is the number one thing that doesn't work. Doing a bunch of sit-ups and crunches. There's gonna be a lot more that you're gonna need to do to lose that body fat. So let's dive into all the things that do work. Now, instead of dieting, you need to change your eating habits. That's right. So don't look at it as a diet. Don't look at it as something short term, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Losing belly fat is a slow, gradual process, and you need to do certain things in your eating habit, like eating whole foods. You need to track your calories. And one of the good things is using like an Apple Watch or a PayPal app. Not PayPal, I meant Fitness Pal. Yeah, you don't have to pay to lose belly fat. But anyways, so if you use something like that, you'll be able to track your calories. You wanna make sure you burn as many calories as you take in. In order to know that, you're really gonna have to track those calories. So you need to be what's called a calorie deficit every day. And every day when you're working out and you're looking to see how much you're burning, then you can also scan different things with certain apps where you can see how many calories each meal is. You can punch in things. And I'll be honest with you, I know it sounds tedious, but if you stay consistent for a while, you'll be able to tell what certain things are calorie-wise just by looking at them, because you're gonna start eating some of the same regular foods. So you wanna avoid those processed foods. And if you wanna look at more details with it, I made a video about it a while back. And I also have a free meal plan, so you can go ahead and check that out to see exactly what to do. In this model, the meal plan that I developed is called Good, Better, Best, because I think a lot of people look at food as good for you and bad for you. And I think you shouldn't look at it that way, because here's the thing. If you're somewhere, let's say you're traveling, you're in an airport and you're saying, Dave, there's no good choices out there. This meal plan is going to help you so you can understand how to look at food differently. There may not be the best choice, but there'll be a better choice. Because if you look at food as good and bad, if you say, well, I ain't got no good choices around here, then you're going to start diving into the donuts. Then you're going to start diving into the cake. And then you're going to go to McDonald's here. You're going to go down this rabbit hole and you definitely won't be in a calorie deficit. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and track your calories and look at food in a different way. So check out that meal plan. I highly recommend it. And like I said, no strings attached, is absolutely free. In addition, what I find that's very helpful when it comes to your eating habits, because this is going to be something that may be very different for you, especially if you're watching this video and you're trying to get rid of that stubborn belly fat, is that you want to pick a certain time in the day to eat. I recommend an 8-hour window. And I know people are thinking intermittent fasting, but the thing is that I don't want you to look at it as a diet. This is the time that I eat, and this is the time that I don't eat. So what I want you to do is just pick an 8-hour window. It doesn't matter what that is. If you're a person, when you get up in the morning, you have to have something to eat, go ahead and pick that window of time, kind of like 10 to 6. But if you're a person who likes to skip breakfast, I think a good window of a time, and the one that I choose, is 1 to 9. But all you gotta do is pick a time, stick with a time. That will really help. Next, what's gonna really help you lose that stubborn belly fat is drinking more water. Drinking more water is going to do so much for you in helping you with this process. For one, it's going to help you facilitate those nutrients. And two, when you start eliminating your calories from liquids, you're going to lower your caloric intake to hit that goal of always reaching that calorie deficit. It's very important that that's what happens to lose that belly fat. So you need to make sure that you do that also. Oh yeah, I also forgot about this. Increasing your water intake is also going to increase your metabolism. And increasing your metabolism is going to help you burn that fat so you can have that nice flat belly you've always been looking for. Now this next thing that's really going to help you, and it's going to surprise a lot of people here. You're going to be like, huh? You need to go ahead and take your rest days more seriously. Now, if you're a person and you're running on those treadmills for many miles and many hours and you're trying to decrease that belly fat, that's not going to work if you're just doing it every single day and you're not giving your body time to recover. Recovery is so essential in burning body fat. So what you want to do is work out hard. I recommend 5 days a week, and you want to take 2 days rest because you actually burn body fat when you're resting. So you need to make sure that you take your rest very seriously. This is going to help facilitate nutrients of protein synthesis. It's going to help you build muscle, and more muscle mass is going to be essential when it comes to burning body fat. Now, speaking of more muscle mass, what you need to do, and this is the most important, is that you need to work out your entire body. Unfortunately, we cannot target where we want to lose body fat. Remember when I was telling you about those crunches and those sit-ups don't work? Well, that's about 90% true. The reason why I'm saying it's 90% because that's one aspect of your body. If you're just doing crunches and sit-ups, you're not actually targeting the area you want. You're just increasing your metabolism, and then what's happening is it's just burning a little bit of body fat. The thing is, you need to work out your entire body. So you need to work out your chest, you need to work out your shoulders, your back, and your legs, because this right here is going to stimulate all that activation and increase your metabolism by developing more muscle mass. So it's so important that you make sure you work out your entire body, not just doing crunches and abs, not going to the gym and just doing that, getting on Instagram and just getting on the treadmill and saying like, hey, I did what I was supposed to do. That's not gonna work. Now, speaking of those dreaded carbs, if you're working out your entire body, which you should be, because this is going to be the most important when it comes to losing that belly fat, you're gonna need carbohydrates. You're gonna need that to fuel your body. When it comes to cutting out carbs, I mean, you're gonna drop more water weight than you actually are gonna drop body fat. And there's a lot of side effects when it comes to cutting out carbs. Like for one, you're gonna have low energy, you're gonna have bad breath, you're gonna feel so much more lethargic. So make sure that you actually have carbs in your system. Now, if you're asking how many carbs, everybody's body is different. The problem is everyone's looking for that one size fits all diet. You don't need to be a person just because you heard this somewhere else, that you heard it from a friend that you just need to eat boring salads all day. It's not about that. It's about having a well-balanced meal, and you want to incorporate some carbs. But there is no biological fairness. And what that means is everybody's going to have a different level of carbohydrates that they need. So what I recommend is that you want to start off with a little bit of carbohydrates, see how you feel when your workouts, and if you're so lethargic and you're so tired, you probably need to incorporate some more. So you need to make sure that you don't eliminate carbohydrates, but don't overdo it. And like I said before, if you want to go ahead and have a more strategic approach when it comes to those carbohydrates, check out that meal plan so you can see how it can be a little bit more tailored for you. Now, staying on the topic of working out your entire body, because this is so important, I just want to make sure I get this point clear. I get this all the time from clients, people that I see who want to lose belly fat, people that just want to get in shape, period. This is what they always say to me. I'm really good at the workouts, that's not a problem. My problem is my diet. And then I say, hey, let's work out together. And then I see how they're working out. And the thing is that I look at them and I'm like, you got bigger problems with just your diet. People don't understand when it comes to working out, there's going to be two main things that are going to be the foundation of you losing that belly fat. You need to be intense and you need to be consistent. Most people who are saying that, they are not intense in the gym. And you need to have a level of intensity in order to go ahead and burn that body fat. Your body wants to hold on to that body fat, okay? And you're gonna have to fight against that by making sure that you remain intense in the gym. Now, people who say that phrase usually are consistent, but if you're watching this right now and you're kind of on and off with that, that's gonna be a problem when it comes to losing that belly fat. But I wanna hone in on why it's so important to be intense. And what I mean intense, what I'm saying is this. If you're doing a set of 8 to 10 reps, you should be giving it your all. When you get to 8, you are struggling, okay? And then when you get to 10, it's impossible to do, okay? And that's what I mean by every single set. You don't just, on your first set, you're trying to save your energy for the next set. You need to be kicking your butt every day. This is the reality. This is the truth. If you want that flat belly, if you want that six pack, that's what needs to happen. And no one else is gonna tell you that. There's a bunch of videos out there you're gonna see on YouTube where it's gonna be 6-minute abs, and it's like, oh, you'll be having a six pack in a week. You can go ahead and watch those. And you can write a comment in the description if you get abs in a week. But I'm telling you, that is not the reality. You're gonna hold body fat in different areas than others. Everyone is. And you're gonna lose body fat overall. And then once you lose it in certain areas, it's gonna start burning in other areas. And to be honest with you, most of the time, your belly fat is the last thing to burn. So that's why that consistency is so important. Most people give up, but you have to stay in the fight. You have to keep going. This is essential to making sure you burn that stubborn belly fat. Now, if you want to know the best way to work out no matter your level of fitness, go ahead and check out this video. And if you're ready to get that six pack that you've always wanted, go ahead and check out this video. Both of these videos are going to be key to making sure you get that flat belly, lose that stubborn body fat. So go ahead and click that out and check it out now.